Okie dokie. Got a little project I need to do. Got this candle here. What had happened was, when this candle was lit, there was a lid from another candle in there. And basically, put the candle out, just snuff it like that, except the other lid has fallen inside the wax and it's set before anyone even realised. Rather than getting a knife or something and just hacking it out, what we're going to do is drop that into a saucepan of boiling water, and we're going to melt the wax just enough to get that lid out and hopefully rescue those wicks as well. Righty, you have to excuse the mess. Now, no water in there yet, obviously. Now, you want to make sure that no water gets into the candle itself because you'll ruin the wax. So we're just going to grab our kettle. So we're just going to fill that. Roughly up to the wet level of the wax. I'm going to light that up and we'll check on it once the water starts heating. Alright, so as that water starts to heat, the wax should start to melt. Now, I've done this once before with a candle that had a cracked glass, but unfortunately the heat just destroyed the glass and it fell apart in there and I ruined the wax. So hopefully we'll be able to get this done without damaging the glass. And you can normally tell if the wax is escaping into the water because, of course, you'll get that oily film on top. So it's only just started. Can't really see anything yet. Maybe a bit of separation at the sides there. But we'll check on that once it gets a bit softer. Alright, so it's been in for a couple of minutes now and you can see the wax is starting to change colour as it melts around the outside first. So I just turned the heat down a little bit there to stop it from boiling over. We need to wait until that melts all the way down because after getting the lid out, we also need to try and rescue the wicks. Alright, it's really starting to get melty now. But as we can see, that wax is really starting to melt down now. The hope is that I can get this lid out without lifting the wicks up from the base of the candle. Shit. Well, that's exactly what I didn't want to happen. The problem is, I'm doing this one-handed for the sake of the camera. Alright, so we've got that out. Now I'm going to turn that off. What I need to do now is to take this off the heat. And we've got to try and make sure these wicks are upright before the wax sets again. Alright, so here we have our slightly rescued candle. Alright, now I need to find a way to suspend these wicks before this wax hardens again. So we've got one that's just breaching the surface. And we've got another down here that's just being a little bit difficult. Now ideally, I would want to be able to hold that up until the wax hardens again. Alrighty, so what I'm going to try and do is get these pegs onto the wick. Okay, there's one. There's two. You know what? I feel like I might be destined just to sit here holding these until the wax hardens. Although, if I can find a skewer, use what you've got. Found some shish kebab skewers, barbecuing skewers, call it what you want. I'm just going to thread that. I think that is going to work, I believe. All right. So the pegs here are each attached to a wick, and the pegs are suspended just with that skewer threaded through the peg. Nice and simple. Use what you've got. It beats the heck out of standing there holding it. Just a bit of an update. The wax is starting to go really opaque again. But it's still very liquidy. Alright, so a bit of a progress report. The wax is almost solidified. It's almost a uniform colour. I'll just alright, what I think I might do is we'll try and get these candles. We'll try and get these pegs off, I mean. Whoop. Alright. Now the glass is a bit frosty, but we seem to have rescued these wicks. Now I am not going to go ahead and light this candle again until that wax has fully set and it's all that one uniform colour again, because I don't want it melting unevenly. And now we'll just get some paper towel and just tidy that up a bit. Alright, that looks much better. We want to just trim these wicks back down. Not a lot, but just enough. Alright, let's see if we can get this lit. Of course, the lighter picks that exact moment to die. Right, now I just need to leave that burning and make sure those wicks don't tunnel down. But I would call that a success.